Hello, everyone out there in the land of Albany, New York, and also the surrounding areas that help our great city look bigger than it actually is. And also a big welcome to our virtual studio audience. Yes, you know who you are. Right there. Oh, you too. See anybody you know? Maybe?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Also, a special shout out to North River TV for being our first and only commenter on YouTube. North River TV, you hold a special place in both of our amusing and callous hearts. This is the Albany News Update Show, and I am your enchanting host, Jonathan Madden. And with me, as always, is Brian McKenzie. Brian, how are you doing this evening? Just one moment, please. Hello? Yes. Yeah, I said I'd get you the money. Yeah, I just need a few more days. Leave my family out of this. No, it's just between you and... Yeah. No, I'm good for it.
What is this?
I told you.
Is this Ozark? You Jason Bateman?
Hey, I told you. All right. 2 days. I'll get you the money. All right. Sorry about that, Brian.
It's probably your mother.
Gambling is legal in New York State, so there's that. Brian, how are you doing? And do you happen to have $14,000 you can lend me?
I'm miserable as always, and if I had the money, I wouldn't give it to you anyway.
How about $7,000? $4,000? $1,000? $7.
Actually, I've got a good piece of a good tip for you.
Yes.
Or advice, or 1-800-GAMBLERS. There you go.
Is that what it is?
Call them. Maybe
Okay.
they can help you.
I'll have to check that out. I'll check that out. One of us was on vacation last week, so an abbreviated show this time, but still some good stories to poke fun at. So let's get to it, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to get everyone overexcited here, but Albany has made a top 25 list. Yes! QuoteWizard.com, an insurance comparison website, has ranked Albany as the 25th ranked city in the country, the entire country, Brian, for having the, wait for it, worst potholes. Worst potholes. Yes. We are one of only 2 cities in New York to make the list, so let's go Albany. I think. The other city at number 20, Buffalo. So there's your useless factoid of the show. You're welcome.
That's a dubious honor.
It is. We made a list. All right, I'll take it. We're going to take anything at this point. We made the list. All right, because this is a shortened show, we're going to have a quiz on some of the stories that happened recently. It's kind of a spot the imposter type of quiz, where we'll show you 4 news stories that happened, except one of them is made up. Are you ready to give it a try, Brian?
I'm not doing anything else.
You're not doing anything else? You say that every show now. This is what we're doing. We're doing the show, and here's a quiz. Spot the imposter quiz. I'm kind of excited about this. I'm not going to lie. Here we go.
I'm thrilled to death.
You sound thrilled to death. Story number 1. A Sand Creek middle school teacher was arrested after a camera disguised as a cell phone charger was discovered in a staff bathroom. Story number 2. A bus driver transporting the Cohoes varsity girls basketball team was pulled over and charged with 3 felony counts of DWI. Story number 3. An ex-firefighter pleaded guilty to starting a fire in a residential building in Rensselaer back in 2020, which was actually his second time intentionally starting a fire. And story number 4, a retired Albany police officer was arraigned on weapons and robbery charges after he allegedly shot a friend in the leg and then stole a watch and bracelet from him. All right, so those are the 4 stories. Brian, which one do you think it is?
Number 3.
Number three. Well, I'll tell you, the real answer is none of the stories were imposters. They all happened. I gotcha. I got everyone out there too. All 4 of them true.
Affairs.
True. Albany's full of wackos. Speaking of wackos, I think it's time for the BMAC Attack.
Glenmont is full of wackos.
Glenmont is full of wackos too. And not just because I live there. But it's still in the Albany County. So I don't want to make it think like I don't love Albany any less.
Guess where we are, folks?
We're in Glenmont. All right. Anyway, speaking of, we'll get back to the wackos. It's the BMAC Attack. Are you ready, virtual studio audience? Are you ready? Yes, you are. Yes. Do you hear the clapping? They're clapping for you, brother. They're clapping for you. So without further ado, Mr. Mackenzie, the floor is yours.
I'll pass on the floor. Well, hello there, vacation boy.
Hello.
How was Mexico?
It was very good, thank you.
I see you worked on your burn while down there.
Pasty white as always, thank you.
Myself, well, I was here working, as usual. Someone has to carry the torch for ANUS.
A news. It's pronounced a news. Just say it. A news.
Don't want to get close to mispronouncing.
All right.
ANUS. Well, here working, I discovered that there was little, if nothing, going on in the Albany area this time of the year. Well, unless, of course, if you're not counting Patrick Madden's riveting virtual State of the City address for Troy, the countless area COVID totals and daily mask mandate updates, and the numerous area shootings.
Shout out to Madden's. Yay, Patrick Madden. I'm with you.
Yeah, riveting.
Riveting.
Anyway, moving on. As I was saying, nothing going on to rail on about. It's way too early to make fun of the yearly Tulip Fest or Tulip Boar Fest. I've got a reminder on my calendar for that, though. It's February, for God's sakes. We just got out of the holidays. We don't need fake holidays like Groundhog's Day. Said no state worker ever, by the way.
Just full disclosure, my wife is a state worker. I just want you to...
Come on, it seems like it was just Thanksgiving. You know, that yearly holiday where we tell each other how thankful we are when we're really not? Kill 80 million turkeys to ultimately complain about how dry the meat is? And secretly thank our ancestors for stealing the Native Americans' land? Aunt Margaret, can you pass the yams, please? American overindulgent at its best. Gluttony, hours of NFL CTE-inducing physical contact, and Black Friday mass hysteria after pumpkin pie. Uncle Ned, start the fire.
Start the fire.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving to be over with, frankly.
Amen.
On to Christmas. After 720 hours of commercials and programming content about Christmas every single second of your day ad nauseum. Christmas, the day Christ is born. The poor guy was just born on the day. Little did he know he was going to be under perennial pressure to get retail into the black and save the economy every year.
Little did he know.
I'm pretty sure he didn't visualize the commercial extravaganza that his day has turned into. Stop by church on Christmas morning, and on the way home, make sure to stop by and see Jan at the Holiday Toyotathon. You know Jan?
I not personally know.
I used to love Christmas when I was a kid. Lest I forget about the other religions and their holidays around the time of Christmas. I'm sure if we give it time, they'll have an equally egregious impact on the holiday season as well. The late December holidays are equal opportunity. I loathe them. We celebrate New Year's Day for some reason. There is literally not one single difference from one day prior to that day other than what's depicted on a calendar. Yet people go nuts. Happy New Year, woohoo! Who gives a flying?
Say it. I can beep it out. The sensor will beep.
Last year stunk, and there's no plausible reason that a change in the date is going to make next year any better. In fact, it's aggravating. I go into March writing the previous year's dates on checks, forms, etc. before I finally get it right. March. New Year's Day blows too, folks. Whoops, except for one thing. I forgot about that great TV lineup of countdown shows on New Year's Eve.
They're very good shows.
CNN featuring the likes of Andy Andy Cohen, Andrew Cooper, Anderson Cooper, Andy Cohen, whatever their names are, getting drunk in Times Square. That's television gold.
I enjoyed it.
And then on to the pathetic month of February. Groundhog's Day. Are you kidding me? Punxsutawney Phil? At least someone was smart enough not to give state workers this day off.
Oh yes, my wife is a state worker, by the way. Just wanted to throw
Way to stay on cue.
Sorry.
Anyway, this town in PA gathers around this lair, or whatever you call a home base for groundhogs, and waits for it to emerge to determine what the weather is going to be for the next 6 weeks. Or some ridiculous variation of that theme. How do they know this slumbering marmot is going to emerge? Jonathan, I'm telling you, there's a subterranean electric prod that awakens this poor bastard and scares him out of this hole.
Possible.
He emerges, sees all these idiots standing there, and runs into that hole and hides again. Just like groundhogs typically do. The rest depends on the weather that day. This is a stupid holiday. The other 364 days of the year, groundhogs are ignored, unless they're in your garden eating your veggies, in the road, most likely as roadkill, or on the golf course stealing your ball. I saw that in Caddyshack.
Brian, I think it was a gopher who stole the ball.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
On to Valentine's Day, that dichotomous of days located in the middle of this month. Women love this day, men hate it. I'd like to punch that chubby little Cupid right in the mug.
Ooh.
And put some clothes on, will you? Maybe work out a little before choosing an outfit like that. John Gray has better abs. A guy could literally shower his beloved in affection, romance, gifts, everything, the 364 days leading up to this wretched holiday. But if you mess this one up, you're done. What have you done for me lately, pal? Enjoy the couch, you useless, insensitive, selfish. Well, you get the picture. It was Gerber daisies, you idiot. I breathe a sigh of relief when the clock strikes midnight on the 15th. Alexa, play Goodbye to Romance by Ozzy Osbourne, please, and thank you. Valentine's Day, it's a split decision, folks. Closing out the month is President's Day, a day off for state and federal workers. I guess I shouldn't complain as they combined them, and they only issued one day off.
I want to mention my wife works for the state. Again, you mentioned state workers.
Okay, thank you for that again.
Just doing my part.
President's Day. Those two guys did great stuff, really. Do you know which two presidents they are? And here you are, you have to think about it.
I didn't realize it was going to be this type of quiz.
Yeah.
Lincoln and Washington.
Okay, great.
Was that right?
It's okay for you to give quizzes, but, you know, the two most famous presidents.
Was that right? I was right, right?
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
It wasn't, you know, it wasn't Trump and Clinton.
No.
They really deserve having their own respective days. I can't say I hate President's Day or Veterans Day or Memorial Day or the 4th of July. Those holidays are, of course, worthy of the recognition. And speaking of recognition, February 8th, my birthday. Now there's a day people can wrap their heads around.
Well, happy birthday, Brian.
I even had the day off this year.
Oh, you did?
I wasn't scheduled to work.
Oh.
How about that? I got to stay home and wonder where my life went. 1 year closer to death. Ain't life grand? Only 310 days till Christmas. Jonathan, back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Brian McKenzie with the BMAC Attack. My goodness, man, you're bringing me down. You're bringing me down.
That's my job.
That is true. That is true. Let's head up to Ballston Spa, where a heated mayoral race is underway. We've got the incumbent, Christine Fitzpatrick, here shown just after handing you a plate of cookies and then casually mentioning she can't remember if she put sugar in them. And the challenger, Frank Rossi Jr., shown here after eating one of Christine's cookies. I'm going to go with no sugar based on his reaction. So I'm going to sum up the race for you right here. Okay, so this is the Ballston Spa mayoral race, summed up by me, abbreviated version. But Frank is like, Christine's holding back progress and not building enough stuff. And Christine is like, we're building stuff and we're being smart about it. And Frank's like, well, you're a cotton-headed ninny muggins. And Christine is like, I know you are, but what am I? And that's pretty much the race summed up by me. I'm not saying those are the exact words that were used, but...
Are either one of them saying that either one of them should be in jail?
No, I don't believe it's gone that far. Not yet anyways.
Okay.
All right. And last but not least, Peter Lesser is stepping down as the executive director of The Egg after 20 years, stating that he's tired of waiting for the thing to get finished, and he totally agrees with Jonathan Mannon that it looks more like a freaking bowl than an egg. Can you believe that? I can't believe he said that. That's because he really didn't, but he is stepping down. He is stepping down. It's not even fit. Look, it's not. It's like a bowl. It's right. It's a bowl.
Does the egg have to be included in every broadcast?
It's a bowl. It's a bowl. Maybe it does. Maybe that's our thing.
I covered the egg.
I know you covered the egg. It's the only thing we got. We just have buildings, and then we have an oddly shaped building that kind of looks like an egg. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on another edition of the Albany News Update Show. Stay tuned for our next episode in a few weeks. And also, please support the local news, not only TV, but also print and radio, and any other medium that you have to get your hands on those news. Subscribe, listen, support, and keep on Albany. Keep on...
What are you making up for?
Being Albanian. Whatever that is.
Yeah, Albania.
I should not ad
East
lib.
Europe.
I should not alblib. Ooh, there you go. Alblib. I like that.
Alblib? Put all your head. Just on the broadcast. For the virtual audience.
We'll be figuring out a couple of times.